Hey, what's going on, phone dogs? BoHD here, and the holidays are right around the corner, and if you're like me, you're a last-minute holiday shopper. To help those of you out who have yet to purchase your holiday gifts, I have put together a collection of some of the best tech gifts to give to your friends and family. In this video, I will be highlighting some of the biggest tech gifts, and for those looking to save some money this holiday season, we will also include several smaller items that would also make for great gifts at the end of this video, and all the products mentioned in this video will feature links in the description. Without further ado, let's get started. This is the Logitech Harmony Elite, the remote control that aims to control everything in your home, whether that be gaming consoles, televisions, smart bulbs, or media streaming devices like Roku and Apple TV. This remote tries to do it all, and it does a pretty good job. Now, what has really impressed me the most with this system is the fact that it'll learn IR commands. So if a device of yours isn't already in its database of 270,000 plus devices, you can add it yourself. You just point your device's remote up to the hub and press the buttons on the remote that you would like the Harmony remote to learn, and it will learn the IR command. It's pretty incredible. I actually taught it to learn the commands for my Kef Egg speakers. What's more is that you can use Amazon's voice assistant Alexa to execute commands like turn on your TV, turn on your Xbox One, Roku, etc. The remote itself is fairly ergonomic in the hand, and it features a little dock for charging, so you don't actually have to plug a cable directly into this remote. There's a full color touchscreen that lets you cycle through your programmed activities and devices, and below the touchscreen you have all your physical buttons for changing the volume, channel, etc, etc. There is an app for iOS and Android that will let you further customize the remote to allow it to work and connect with all of your home appliances, like smart thermostats and smart light bulbs. Logitech sent me this remote because I wanted a solution to turn on my TV and appliances using the Echo and the Echo Dot. And the Harmony Elite is the solution. It might just be the best solution, but I would recommend this remote to those who simply just want one remote to control all of their appliances, whether or not they actually end up using it with a smart voice assistant like Alexa. The biggest con is the fact that this device isn't cheap. The remote is about $300 give or take, but I would say it is fairly future-proof, so if you pick this up for yourself or for a friend or family member of yours, they should be able to reap the benefits for years to come. Now, these are the recently released Plantronics BackBeat Pro 2 active noise canceling headphones. The unboxing experience of a pair of headphones says a lot. The more plastic and cheap packaging I see in general, the happier I get, because generally speaking, it means that most of the money is put into the headphones themselves and not the presentation, the packaging materials that you'll probably throw away anyway. I will say the BackBeat Pro 2 headphones were not elegantly packaged, and that was great to see. Now let me start by saying these headphones cost about $200. They are Bluetooth wireless headphones with a range of up to 100 meters or 330 feet. They can provide up to 24 hours of continued music playback on a single charge, a feature I can attest to. I actually haven't been able to kill the battery yet. I did use these headphones on my 6-hour drive to and from Seattle, Washington over Thanksgiving. I've been listening to these cans around the house and in coffee shops, and the battery life is still on high. In fact, I never actually plugged these headphones in since unboxing them. As for the noise cancellation, it did a very good job tuning out the background car noise that I experienced and was around, and the feature can be toggled on or off, so if you don't like that active noise cancellation, you can turn it off. There are 40mm drivers packed inside here that provide for a deep bass response. When I'm listening to a track with some heavy bass, I just get a smile on my face just listening to the way it sounds. There is a 3.5mm headphone jack for the audio files and a bag for safely transporting these cans. The ear cups themselves swivel so you can lay them flat. For $200, you can't really go wrong with the Plantronics BackBeat Pro 2 headphones. Links below to check them out. This is the Yi 4K action camera from Xiaomi. If you or a friend or family member of yours is looking for a high-res action camera that won't break the bank, you need to give the Yi 4K action camera a look. So the design is nearly identical to the GoPro, for better or for worse. It's pretty small and compact, but it has a built-in touchscreen that is more responsive and of higher resolution than the GoPro 4. The camera sensor is wide angle and it features an f2.8 aperture and can shoot 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 120 frames per second, and 720p at 240 frames per second. And all the footage you see here is captured in 4K, and in my opinion, it looks pretty darn good. If you were to compare it to a GoPro, you'd see the color vibrancy is actually superior on this camera. The GoPro cameras can capture some great results, and I don't mean to hate on them at all, but their cameras tend to capture flatter colors, which you can tweak in post-production, but with this camera, you really don't need to edit the footage in post. The electronic image stabilization also does work to control shake and stutter, which is absolutely vital for an action camera. It also helps to capture high-res 12 megapixel still photos even in low light conditions. To top it all off, battery life is surprisingly great. It features a 1400 mAh battery, and tests have shown that it lasts nearly 50% longer than the GoPro 4's battery. Now, our buddies at Texas TR actually sent this camera to us. Xiaomi did not send this camera to us. We have no reason to give them a positive review. I'm just speaking on behalf of my experience using this camera. So with that said, you can learn more about the Yi 4K action camera via the link in the description, but for $250, it's really hard to go wrong here. It's like half the price of a GoPro with equivalent features. This may be one of the best portable projectors money can buy. It's the Archeer portable projector, and it's on sale for less than $200, and it works with iPhone, Android, and Windows devices. It features a full-sized HDMI port, so you can connect this projector to just about any device, though it does support AirPlay and Miracast. And since this is a portable projector, it features a large 4000 mAh battery, so in theory, you can take this projector camping with you and project movies and TV shows to the wall of your tent, something that I want to do next summer. It's a little bit too cold for that right now. The Archeer Pico projector can display content in full 1080p high definition at up to 79 inches. As for the image quality, it's really going to depend upon how far away the projector is from your wall of choice and the wall itself and the lighting conditions, but when projected on a white wall in a fairly dark environment, image quality is surprisingly clear and vibrant. Some other perks include a remote control and a tripod that is included in the box that can be mounted to the projector. I found the biggest con to be with the built-in fan that is inside this projector. It can get a little bit loud when viewing movies and TV shows for long periods of time, but that's just something that you kind of have to come to expect with portable projectors. They get pretty hot. They need to be cooled down, and a fan is pretty much the only solution to cooling them down. This projector is $200. I'll leave a link in the description to check it out. If you're looking for home security, look no further than the Samsung Smart Cam. This little camera can pan 350 degrees and tilt 155 degrees for all-around protection. So smart cameras have progressed a lot over the years. They almost all connect to Wi-Fi nowadays, so you can get alerts and streams directly to your mobile device. What's neat about this camera is that it streams in full 1080p HD. And if the camera is in a dark environment, it'll turn on night vision, allowing it to see up to 16 feet in the dark using the camera's built-in IR LED. Some other features include the ability to track movement. It'll actually rotate and move accordingly. There's support for wide dynamic range, so if you install this camera outside, it will be able to properly expose the foreground and the background. And you can also use the two-way talk feature to talk to people through this camera. They will hear you and you will hear them. The Samsung Smart Cam retails for just under $180. Roku has been around for a very long time, and I think they offer the best streaming solutions on the market. The Roku Express is a $29 media streaming stick that lets you choose from over 350,000 movies and TV shows to stream on your TV in full 1080p HD. The Roku Express consists of this little dongle that will plug into the back of your TV. You actually run an HDMI cable to this little dongle and fasten the dongle onto the bottom of your TV set using the included adhesive strip. But it's very similar to Chromecast and the Fire TV stick. After you connect it to the Wi-Fi, you forget about it and use the remote to add channels like Netflix, HBO Now, NBC, Hulu, Spotify, Amazon Video, pretty much whatever you'd like. There is probably a channel for the service that you were looking for. The Roku Express is a pretty great option for those wanting to turn pretty much every TV in your home smart because it's cheap and it features a dedicated remote. You don't have to whip out your phone and cast content over to your TV. You can just use the UI and remote to scroll through content on your TV. Now, for those of you who recently picked up a 4K HD TV, you'll want something more powerful like the Roku Ultra to stream all of your favorite TV shows and movies in 4K Ultra HD. The Roku Ultra costs a bit more, coming in at $120, but it features everything the Express can do, but more. There's a more powerful quad-core processor and 802.11 AC dual-band wireless that can provide for smoother 4K Ultra HD streaming at up to 60 frames per second. The Roku Ultra also supports HDR, a standard that results in brighter, more vivid colors, brighter whites, and deeper blacks. And since the Ultra consists of a small square box, it has room for additional ports too. So you get a digital audio output and Ethernet port in addition to a power port, obviously, and an HDMI port. The remote control is also a bit unique. It features a 3.5mm headphone jack, so you can listen to whatever is being streamed through a pair of headphones that you just need to plug into the remote. There's also a voice search button. Overall, it's pretty hard to go wrong here with the Roku Ultra streaming media player. Links below to check out these devices as well as everything else mentioned in this video. The last big item is the OnePlus 3T, OnePlus's latest flagship smartphone. It costs less than $500 off contract, which is actually a pretty good price for a flagship-like device. And it features flagship specs, such as a 5.5-inch 1080p AMOLED display, a Snapdragon 821 processor with 6 GB of RAM, a 16-megapixel front and rear-facing camera sensor, 3400 mAh battery, and a near-stock Android skin running on top of Android 6.0 Marshmallow, with Android Nougat coming very soon. The build consists of an aluminum unibody that feels wonderful in the hands. The tapered edges make this phone feel extremely thin and state-of-the-art, yet it still features the 3.5mm headphone jack and all of the other high-end specs I mentioned earlier. What's neat about the 3T is that it can be purchased with up to 128 GB of internal storage for $479. But if that's too much, you can always go with the 64 GB variant for $439 off contract. But do note that it only works on GSM carriers here in the US, like T-Mobile and AT&T. Some other products worth looking into include the all-new Amazon Echo Dot, which can be had for only $50, the Audio-Technica AT-H M50X headphones that are the best-selling DJ headphones on Amazon because they still offer the most bang for your buck, even in 2016. Now, I'm a LifeX fanboy, and I think these bulbs would make for great holiday gifts, as there are no hubs required. You just basically screw them into your light fixture and set them up using the accompanying iOS or Android app. That's it. The other option out there that gets a little bit more media attention is the Philips Hue bulbs. I'll leave a link down below to check those out as well. With that said, guys, keep an eye out in the description for some additional tech items worthy of your consideration. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comment down below. As always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDag.com. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.